Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That 40-ish and under dollar range. Most of these are way less than that. And a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And I want to go over 3 Ocean Pacific fragrances that you'll often find in like a gift box set. And that's where I got these 3, was in a gift box set at Walmart for like 20 bucks. But you can find the 3.4 ounce bottles individually, these for like $9. So if you happen to like one enough in the gift box and you don't think you're gonna, or you think you're gonna run out of it, then you can probably find one of these in your rack stores here and there. So let me just dive right into this thing like I like to do in no particular order, but I will give the ranking of these at the end. So one that you've heard me talk about a few times because I really like the way that this thing smells. I really enjoy it. And that's Ocean Pacific Black. Does not smell like no $9 fragrance. It has this beautiful tangerine currant, black currant combination. It's spicy pepper, nice rich rose, patchouli and woody, like the sweet part of the patchouli and the woodiness. And I like to say that this is similar to YSL's La Nuit de l'Homme. I think this is a bit sweeter and more peppery. So if you want a more peppery, sweeter version of that, then you can look no farther than this thing. And the performance on this one is solid. It projects really good and it performs really good. It's like every bit of a 6 to 7 hour fragrance, which is pretty good on me. Like a lot of people, if I say 5 hours, most people are probably gonna get like 6 at least, you know, for whatever reason. They just tend to evaporate off me quicker. But the projection is good too. A buddy of mine had this thing, and man, when he sprayed it on, like for church or whatever, it would just hang out around him the entire time. So yeah, that I love the tangerine blackcurrant rose patchouli combination this thing has, and that spicy pepper. Atomizer on all of these is pretty good. Yeah, La Nuit de l'Homme, slightly sweeter, more peppery. $9 for a 3.4 ounce Eau de Parfum concentration. All these, that is a really good buy in my opinion. If you like Guess Seductive Blue, Joe's Icon Indigo, there's a number of other ones. They're just slipping my mind right now, but that's what that's kind of smelling like. Ferragamo F Black, you know, that kind of thing. Up next, one that I might marginally like a little more now than when it first came out. Still not one that I would necessarily be wearing a whole lot, but I can appreciate it a little bit more. Maybe it's because it macerated, I don't know, but this is the blue one in the line. It is the lightest and most airy of all of them. It's citrus, it's got some rosewood, a lot of green tarragon, musk, and there's no like real white floral notes listed in this thing, but to me it has a real soft white florally touch, like a big time white florally touch. It's really breezy, it's really airy, super synthetic. There's like some kind of weird creamy synthetic thing going on in here. Maybe that's what's giving me that white floral vibe. Got the dry down on my hand. And the dry down isn't much different than the opening. It's just there's like a bit more of the musk that comes out in the dry down, and that's the main difference. The performance on this one isn't all that good. I've worn this thing several times, even though I don't like it that much. I found myself wearing this one more than you would think, and I think it's because I was really trying to like this one because it's kind of different. It doesn't smell like everything. It's like they were trying to be unique, but they didn't succeed in all that good of a way. I can see some people, you know, kind of liking this one, but for me, I don't know, they got like black paint on this thing. It was like in the corner right there. You see that? Probably from when I painted this thing black, I guess. But like it's just not 100% for me. It's a little bit too on that florally airy side, if you will. But this is kind of uplifting. Definitely a daytime fragrance. Oh, by the way, this one is great for the evening. It's a cooler weather. You can get away with kind of warm weather, somewhat warm, but it's mostly an evening cooler, kind of classy fragrance. Whereas this one is your casual, daytime, easy breezy, uplifting, soft, chill kind of a fragrance. And yeah, it's citrus, rosewood. It's a lot of green tarragon in this thing, and that musk. The musk comes out more in the dry down. Performance is like 3 hours on this. It's not that long. And up next, one that I really one that I think deserves a little bit more love than it's ever received, because I don't ever really see this one get talked about a whole lot. And I'm talking about the only other one in this particular group of Ocean Pacific, the Gold. It's got a beautiful citrusy, powdery tonka combination, vetiver, smooth, creamy sandalwood with a bit of violet leaf in there, some kind of aquatic nature going on, but that powdery tonka, this sweet powdery tonka, kind of gives this an amber vibe. It's slightly reminiscent to spiced amber, Heritage Red from Cremo. It's kind of like that. Got the dry down here. Powdery tonka, citrus, sandalwood, violet. That creamy sandalwood with that powdery tonka. The sunset's a pretty good depiction on this, except it almost looks like it'd be like really hot. And this again isn't another one for the extra high heat, but it does fine in the summer. And it's just kind of inviting. It's sweet. It's sweet and fresh at the same time. It's really relaxing. It's almost a good date night fragrance because it's kind of playful with that sweetness. And again, it kind of has an amber feel without having any amber listed in it. And I think it's coming from that sweetness, and there's a bit of spiciness going on. It's a good smelling fragrance. The only problem is it doesn't last very long on me. But I can see some people, this thing hanging on for hours simply because of how it's kind of got a sticky sweetness to it. A little bit, not like any kind of real polarizing or cloying sticky sweetness, but it seems like it would have some sticking power on some people. But on me, not so much. It's like a 4 to 5 hour fragrance, but it's okay. But it's not that good of performance. And the scent profile on this thing is really good. It's a good smelling, playful, sweet, citrusy, fresh, creamy and powdery, aquatic fragrance. I'm gonna get my nose on the opening of this thing one more again. Yeah, that citrus powdery tonka right up top. Citrus powdery sweet tonka, giving it that amber vibe. It's beautiful. It's a lovely fragrance. Just doesn't have the best performance, but for the price, it's really good. So that's the Ocean Pacific line in a nutshell. These three, and there's other ones. There's Storm and stuff like that. I think I have the Storm, and I can do a full review on that one. And I might buy up some more of these, but the performance is the only thing that's just not happening, even though they're like all Eau de Parfum concentration. But the black one is killing the game as far as the performance. That thing is doing its thing there. And I feel like it gets better over time too. So that's my final thoughts on these Ocean Pacifics. And with that, I'm out. You all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.